And welcome back to the CJ vs. AJ podcast. I am CJ.
And I'm AJ.
And we are literally still in bed, both in the game and in real life. We're sitting here on our bed playing Pokemon Dark Rising. This is parts. Whoa! Are you okay? You were beaten down by that strong Pokemon. Where is it now? Don't worry, it's gone already. Imagine if we just came downstairs and it was like sitting in the living room being fed cookies by like our mother. Oh, sweetie, I was so worried when Pete brought you here hurt. Are you alright? No broken bones? No dizziness? I'm alright. I just needed some rest. Oh, what a relief. Next time, take care of yourself, okay? Well, it seems everything's okay. I'll be going now, then. Okay, Pete. Thanks for everything. Heh, no prob. I'll be back in Doba Road if you need me. Oh, God, we get another lecture from our mother. Yeah. God, why don't you do something? You've been sitting in that chair all day. All you do is tell me not to get beat up and that I should rest and blah blah blah. I should take a potion. Maybe you should go buy me a potion. Do something useful. Poor Dratini. Dragtini. Martini.
I think you've pronounced that thing's name like 3 different ways, 3 different times you've mentioned it.
It's a fleshlight, isn't it? I'd be interested in trying the fleshlight. Just for the sake of it. I'd never be interested in buying it, so it seems like $100. But trying it? Yeah, why not?
I thought that's what you had, Nathan.
Awkward moment in the podcast. This podcast is for children.
Since when?
Since always. It's a Pokemon game.
All of the children who like talking about cannibalism and committing suicide.
I don't know if that video's come out by this point. So, if that video hasn't come out where that discussion takes place, look forward to it.
I think we were talking about cannibalism in one of the previous episodes of this, actually.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, the $1 million cannibalism question.
I don't know. All the cannibal talks are blended together. I'm not actually reading any of this. I gave them a package and they're all like yelling at me to do stuff. Talking about being champions, so I guess we're just going on our green adventure now. Wee.
Do we not get anything for that? Like a fucking Pokeball?
Wee. Good to see you. How's your Pokedex coming along? Oh, he gave me the Pokedex.
Okay.
What? Pathetically empty. What a cunt.
I think that is the harshest critique I've ever heard in a Pokemon game.
It's not just, oh, you can improve it, keep going, it's pathetic. What's the matter with you? It's almost like you're 10 years old and haven't left town. Does this guy do anything but hang out, like, outside of the cave?
Are you going back in there to try to buy something or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise, yeah, it's just going to be more Geodude fights.
Oh, this adorable bastard. I like his little camo.
I did not even notice he was striped. I just thought it was like shadows on him or something.
Come on, Dick Chomp, evolve. Digivolve into champions. Digivolve. Oh, come on.
I think you're mixing your brands now.
That'd be an awesome hack. Just like Pokemon / Digimon / Monster Ranchers. What? I want a fucking Pokeball!
They're not actually a store, they just kind of look like a store. All that stuff over there, that's not stuff you can buy, that's just like files or something.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a FedEx here or something like that. In the mountain. Because that makes sense. How am I ever gonna get beyond having a pathetic Pokedex if I can't fucking buy any Pokeballs? Or potions? What in the world?
It's a hermit crab.
Don't they need water to survive?
Not hermit crabs, no.
Really?
Well, they need to drink water, but they don't have to live in it.
Okay. Well, this is a cave. I don't think they're gonna get much water.
Compensation maybe? There's always like little drips and stuff in some caves anyway.
like the Geodudes if you observe and all that. Maybe they just don't need water. They need to have like an adult Pokemon show where they just examine all of the little details behind the scene that we don't know. Like, what's Geodude physically made of? Is there like a heart and a brain in there, that sort of thing? Or is it literally just all rock? Like, there's no blood, nothing like that. Just like chop open Pokemon. Have like CSI Pokemon. It's like somebody, took this Pikachu's head off. Let's examine it, and they can't do the autopsy on the corpse because it keeps like electrocuting the doctors or something. It's like, oh, the body still has like little twitches of electricity in it.
I think this is a very dark universe you're creating.
We've already talked about cannibalism and...
I'm talking about the Pokemon universe where it's just like, so somebody has come along and decapitated a Pikachu, and now we have to find out who did it.
It was totally Team Rocket. It's like, they could never capture Pikachu in like the main show, so they're just like, if we can't have him, nobody can. Just chomp. There's all the little, like, grim details that are insinuated in the Pokemon universe, but never actually admitted that they, like, eat Pokemon. There's, like, the far-fetched bird, that its very, like, description is, like, they're super rare because they were hunted because they were delicious for dinner. Mm-hmm. And then Team Rocket used to, cut off the slowpoke tails or whatever and make soups out of them and stuff, which was, like, a storyline in the first game. So, all of that's there. There has to be, like, murder and, like...
Well, I guess in this world, Pokemon are the only animals, so if you want, like, meat, then you have to kill a Pokemon for it.
There are other animals, but they're very rarely acknowledged. In, like, the cartoon and stuff, you can see in the background sort of basic fish. Like, not Pokemon fish, just tiny little minnows and stuff like that. Or I believe in the first or second episode, where we're introduced to like Pidgeys and stuff, there are basic, normal human Speaking of fleshlights, they're just basic real-world type birds. So there are some things out there, just not much.
Well, if that's the case, and then there's like cows hiding around somewhere, then it makes the people who go out and intentionally kill these like hyper-intelligent animals who just can't speak to communicate like really sadistic.
I don't know if they're necessarily hyper-intelligent. And there are, in other generations of Pokemon, like in the second generation, cow Pokemon.
But I would say most Pokemon are more intelligent than your average, say, dog. Like, dogs can follow commands, but Pokemon are a little bit beyond that point.
I don't know. I mean, are they really that different? You get like there are dog Pokemon, right? And you can train dogs to, have fights and battles and stuff like that, and like underground dog fighting rings. And it's no different than like Pokemon battles. Certainly there are some Pokemon that are super intelligent, but largely I think they'd sort of be on the same equivalent level.
Maybe it's just like the TV show and stuff that's just like swayed my view that you don't have to really train a Pokemon to recognize, oh, do this attack. So it's like you get this brand new Pokemon and it's like, hey, let's go fight, and you like let it out of the Pokeball and then you're like, so-and-so, do such and such, and it immediately does it because it knows what that word is.
Well, there's also a background thing in the games, and then, like in the TV show, there'd be Pokemon that just don't listen to their trainers. With Team Rocket, there was one guy, James, had like a victory bell, and whenever he'd tell it to do something, it would just eat him instead, like it would just chew on him. The Misty had Psyduck, which is just a mentally retarded Pokemon, basically, and it never listened. Ash had Charizard, I believe he started not listening around Charmeleon, but they didn't listen either, and it was very much like there were examples where Pokemon would disobey. I guess that's No,
It's-
Charizard disobeyed. The others didn't listen.
It's arguable whether they didn't know what was being asked of them, though. Like, they might still have known and just decided, nah, fuck that, I'm not gonna do it.
I guess.
I mean, with Charizard, it's almost certain that he was sort of going, no, fuck you.
In the games, there was sort of trainer levels, where it's like, if you didn't have the first badge, but your Pokemon was a high level, like I'm gonna get now here with, like, Dick Chomp, once he hits level 20, it says that, like, your Pokemon no longer respect you, or you're not good enough of a trainer to, like, command it. And then in battle, when it's like, oh, do this, or whatever, it's like, whatever, disobeyed. So there is that sort of respect intelligence level at play within the game that you just don't really see.
I think that just loops back into my argument that Pokemon are, like, really intelligent compared with anything that we actually have.
Nah, it's like, my dog here, it listens most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah, just like Pokemon most of the time. Alright, this will be the end of the video if I do not evolve. Dun 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 dun. Let's do like the Jaws theme for Dick Chomp. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Of part 4 of the Pokemon Dark Rising CJ vs. AJ Let's Play. This has been your host CJ and his beautiful wife. And his beautiful wife.
AJ.
And we will see you on the next video. Toodaloo, ta-da-la, out.